evening. This is BelGeode, and we are back once more with some Microsoft Flight Simulator X Steam Edition. And this bad boy is my absolute favorite World War II aircraft. This is the Chance Vought F4-U Corsair, which I'm sure needs no introduction because, as you can see, it's a pretty unique bird. This one is brought to us from Aircraft Factory. It's an older one that I purchased a long time ago and just now got around to reinstalling it in my new and improved FSX SE now that I've got this computer built. Tonight we're going to be doing a quick flight. We're actually going to be stealing a flight plan from my good buddy FlightSimGuy, and we are heading to his neck of the woods, Columbus, Ohio. But the reason why I wanted to do this is because you haven't seen FSX in a while, and aside from the live stream that I did last week, I really have not had a chance to complete the rest of my tales here. So we're back here in Pittsburgh, and we're going to do this quick flight, and I'll talk a little bit about some of my plans for 2017. But first, we got to get clearance to take off. Let's see, I need takeoff options first. Here we go. Depart to the west. Pittsburgh ground, BelGeode 167, ready to taxi, west departure with Papa.
BelGeode 167, taxi will be point runway 10 left, using taxiway November Bravo, contact tower on 128.3 when ready.
Sounds good to me. Taxi holding point for runway 10 left via taxiway November Bravo, BelGeode 167. Okay, so we are set to go, and like I said, it's been a long time since you have seen any FSX, so I figured I would start getting back into the habit of recording stuff. As usual, I've got Active Sky Next going. It's a nice clear day today, which is probably not entirely accurate, but I didn't really want to get into too much hassle here with the weather, so we're going to roll with this. I've got very few add-ons in here, and as I stated on the live stream last week, I am in the process of reinstalling all of my aircraft. So when I got to this one, I was like, you know what? I haven't shown this one off for a long time, so how about we do it one more time for 2016 for the folks in the front row. And since it's a tail dragger, yeah, I'm not all that good with tail draggers, but at least I can see where I'm going from the outside. I do notice that there's an Embraer in front of us, so as long as we don't like chop off his tail, we should be good. Now, they did clear us for runway 10 left, or 10 left. That is the opposite of this end here. Normally we would take off on 28 right, but we've got to go all the way to the opposite end, past the UPS building and the FedEx building there. So we'll just follow this dude and hope he decides to move with some life instead of just going for a little Sunday stroll. And one of the things that I really enjoy about this aircraft, as I said, it's made by Aircraft Factory, which, if you didn't know, is affiliated with A2A. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that. Well, I guess some of you older FSX users probably remember Aircraft Factory. They came out with a whole bunch of really brilliant World War II aircraft, and they're still around as far as I'm aware. I don't know if they're officially considered a part of A2A anymore, or if they just help out wherever they can, but yeah, good stuff. Definitely good stuff. So we'll need to watch ourselves with this plane here. Alright, so let's see, we are all the way down. So yeah, this is Pittsburgh. This is Pittsburgh in the winter, and this particular version of Pittsburgh you have not seen since the last episode that Allie and I did, where we took off here in the Tomcat, which was the start of our western journey. I still plan on completing that. I have been running into some technical issues. However, I am on the verge of getting everything resolved, at least the hardware and FSX related software issues. Right now I'm just having an issue with some of the previously recorded material that I may need to actually re-record before I can finish up the episode. So we'll deal with that later. Meanwhile, beep beep, move it, Grandma! Come on, I'd like to get to Columbus before Christmas. Thank you. Oh my God, I think they're flying slower, or I guess in this case driving. Oh, look at that, the lights just came on. Sweet. Well, it is that time of day. As I am sure you are aware, this is my favorite time of day, is sunset. And there have been some really beautiful sunsets in real life over the last few days. I should also mention that I have this aircraft for X-Plane 10, and I've been trying to get it into X-Plane 11 because I'd like to show it off there as well. However, it is not made by Aircraft Factory. I don't remember the name of the person or group that made it. Okay, he's still in front of us. Good. But I will be showing that off at some point in time, and I'll be putting it through its paces, because as we know, X-Plane's flight dynamics tend to be a little bit better than FSX. No offense, FSX, but yeah, I would say that Austin and company have done right when it comes to that sort of stuff. So I'm getting a great deal of satisfaction flying in X-Plane, which I never thought I would be able to say that. Especially X-Plane 11, and yes, you are going to be seeing a lot of X-Plane 10 and 11 coming up in the new year. And the new year might actually be here before we reach the end of this runway. Good grief. Come on, dude. Oh my god, can you taxi any slower? Wow. Seriously. So the AI is courtesy of World of AI, which I should say the venerable World of AI, because they've been doing that for ages. One thing I will caution you on, if you do decide to install World of AI for your commercial traffic, your AI commercial traffic and whatnot, please make sure that all of your flight plans are FSX. Otherwise, you will not see any aircraft. It has a nasty habit of deleting all of the flight plans, or not deleting, but preventing them from showing if they're not in the same format. So you got to have everything either in FSX format or FS9 format, preferably FSX format. If you do ever need to change any of that stuff over, there is a nifty little program called AIFP, or AI Flight Planner, that will allow you to change all of your flight plans in bulk right there in the folder, so it'll sort everything out for you. Oh, it looks like we got another person on final there. Sweet, sweet. Okay. Now, I do know this airport like the back of my hand, so the fact that we are on this taxiway means we do not have much further to go to get to the end of the runway, so this should be good. And then we can take off, do a little bit of flying. I'll probably hold off on the aerobatics this time around. I think the last time you saw this aircraft, I was in Houston with Allie, and I showed off what this aircraft could do. We won't be doing that this time, because I want to kind of keep it low-key and, you know, just talk to you all, basically. Alright, and Grandma's still puttering down the taxiway here. Sheesh. Now, that is the beautiful thing about being in a tail dragger, is you don't have to worry about following the taxiway center line. Alright, let's switch it to tower. Yeah, because if you follow the center line, you won't be able to see out the front. So. Alright. Okay, buddy. Any day now. Oh, Hosanna, it's the lesser of two evils. I see the end of the runway coming up. Out bloody standing. Alright, so as soon as American here decides to get into position, we'll go ahead and go around that corner there and set everything up. And then I'll do my final checks inside the cockpit and make sure that we are ready to fly. Oh, I should probably stop right here. I don't want to clip him. Okay, everything's looking good. We've got full tanks. We've got the two drop tanks, as you can see underneath. You can dispose of these drop tanks in mid-flight. It's one of the knobs on the left-hand side. But we won't be doing that. We're not going far enough to where we're going to drain the entire drop tank. And I really don't feel like napalming half of Ohio here. Alright, come on, buddy. Get your clearance and get the hell out of here. That would be nice. Oh, here we go. And I'm just going to park it right here. Let him do his thing, and we'll just kind of chill here and talk for a bit. So, how has your 2016 been? Oh, wait. Hold that thought. He just finished his clearance. Now it's my turn. Pittsburgh Tower, BelGeode 167 at runway 10 left, ready for departure. Departure to the west. You don't say. Hold short, runway 10 left, BelGeode 167. Alright, well I can't see him yet, so he's still waddling his way out. Oh, there he is. Okay, I suppose I can probably push forward to the hold short line, so let's do that real quick here. Right here should be good. Brakes. Brakes! Brakes! Wow. Remind me to get the brakes fixed on this thing. Sheesh. Alright. And let's put it to Shift O view. I do not have... oh, never mind. Line up and wait. BelGeode 167. Yeah, I started to say I do not have Easy Dock reinstalled on this as of yet, so for my head movement, I'm just using Shift O, which I have bound to one of my joystick buttons here. So you'll have to bear with me. I'll try to make it as smooth looking as possible here, so you might not be able to tell the difference. Maybe. Possibly. Alright. Right on the numbers. Right here is good. Brakes. Crap, there's ice on this runway too. Alright, there we go. And now we wait. Okay, so here we go.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 10 left. West departure approved.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 10 left. BelGeode 167. Alright, folks. Brakes down, throttles up. Well, maybe not the brakes down part anyway. But we'll do the throttles up. And we are off into the wild blue yonder. Oh crap, I've still got the canopy open. There we go. Alright, that's been fixed. Now, the real question is, do I remember what the rotate speed is? Oh. Well, the nose is falling, so this is good. Right here should be good. Alright, let's start pulling back. Come on, baby. Feel free to take off anytime now. There we go. I think we got positive rate here. Yep. Got positive rate. Very good, very good. Alright, gear can come up. There we go. Now we are in the proper view for the gear to come up. And flaps can come up. Sweet! So we are airborne. Now all we need is to get the clearance to get through this Bravo airspace, and we are on the way to Columbus. It's a good thing. Alright, good deal, good deal. Pittsburgh approach. BelGeode 167 is type Corsair, 2 miles northeast of Pittsburgh, 2,100. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace. Seems legit. Okay. Squawk 1545, BelGeode 167. Well, you don't have to tell me twice. Ah, come on, let me talk here. I hate when they do that. Cleared through the Bravo airspace, BelGeode 167. Alright, so here is the plan, man. I'm going to show you the GPS in a moment as we work our way around and go downwind. You can see Pittsburgh International there. There's the mighty Ohio River. We're going to be passing that a couple of times here. Alright, so our flight plan, like I stated, is the exact same one that you may have seen on FlightSimGuy's channel a few days ago when he and I did that joint flight in the Phenom. So we're going to be going to HLG, which is the VOR over by Wheeling, West Virginia, and then we're going to continue heading west to a couple more VORs before we get to Columbus, and we'll be landing at KCMH, or Charlie Mike Hotel. Alright, so that's the plan. I'm thinking I want to bring us up to about maybe 8,000 feet, thereabouts. We'll try to trim it out as soon as we stabilize here. I just kind of want to see if I can get us back on course. Oh, there's downtown Pittsburgh back there, by the way. And up that way is Beaver County. You'll be seeing more of Beaver County in X-Plane 10 once I get back to recording those videos, because I'm still working on some airports there. I might even show you Pittsburgh in X-Plane 11. I think that might be one of the next videos that I do, but we'll figure it all out. Still playing catch-up here. Time has not been my friend, especially this year. It's like so much stuff has popped up over the course of the year. Trying to stay on top of everything is nuts, because you do realize that my audience is quite varied, so you don't just see me as quote-unquote one of the flight sim folks. You know, I do flight sim, I do Star Wars The Old Republic, I do Black Desert, I do all kinds of stuff, Fallout 4 and whatnot. So I've got to keep up with all of that stuff, and trying to schedule that with a full-time job has been interesting, to say the least. Almost hate to say it, but I think I preferred it when I was unemployed, except that money does come in handy, because that's how I was able to afford completely rebuilding this computer from scratch. Speaking of which, a number of you have asked me what am I running right now. I will put it in the description below, but just to give you a general overview, I have a 6-core or hexa-core i7 Intel chip in here. I forget what number it is, something another 700 or something like that. It is also in a brand new motherboard that is tailor-made for it, that has all the trimmings. It's got like about 10 hookups for hard drives, SATA, RAID, whatever you want to call them. And I've got about 32 gigs of RAM in this puppy right now, as well as the graphics card that I bought earlier this year. Now, even though I am a fan of NVIDIA, I couldn't pass up the bargain that Radeon had with the RX 480, and as you can see quite clearly, it performs flawlessly. I know traditionally when it comes to flight simulators you probably want to have an NVIDIA card in there, but I wasn't going to spring for the 1080 when the RX 480 was available, and honestly I think this has been a great investment that I've made, so I'm very pleased with that. Now, in addition to which, I've got my hard drives. I've actually got 3 hard drives in this puppy, each of which are like a terabyte big, except the main drive. The main drive is like 2 terabytes. And I have an external 1 terabyte hard drive hooked up to this thing, which is pretty much where I keep all of the finished videos that I need to upload to YouTube. So it's kind of like an external archive, which I will then disconnect and replace with another external drive down the road. So at this point I want to give like a huge shout out to all of you viewers who have supported me over the year in 2016. Right now I'm sitting at just shy of 2,000 viewers. I think it's closer to 1,950 viewers, or subscribers I should say. But that is absolutely amazing. I know it's not as large as some of the more popular flight sim YouTubers out there, but I love each and every one of you for contributing, whether it be your likes, your comments, or even your views. That really makes it worthwhile. And I especially like you younger viewers whenever you come to the channel and you tell me your stories about how you're interested in getting into aviation, and I would hope that I help to inspire you a little bit. Even though you're never too old to get into aviation, starting at a young age can, in some cases, just about ensure that you're going to have a long and rewarding career. And I really do wish you all the best wherever you decide to go, whether you plan on getting into commercial aviation, if you plan on doing GA or if you plan on doing military aviation. And in case you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm just checking everything. Cylinder head temperature is good. We've got enough gas. I should probably change my heading. Oh, wait a minute. Hold that thought. Changing to 127.905, BelGeode 167. Good day. Alright, so we're just about on a flight path, so we'll report in real quick here. Pittsburgh approach, BelGeode 167 with you, altitude 7,000.
BelGeode 167, Pittsburgh approach, roger, altimeter 2991.
Huh, barometric pressure fell by 1 point. Very nice. Okay, so we have wheeling coming up, and I'm not sure I can see the airport from here with the winter all over the place. I really can't tell where the airport is right now. So we're just going to fly over the VOR, and then we're going to hang a right. And I do need to change my heading, so that way we are heading due west, but I need to figure out where we're supposed to be tracking before I can actually fix that. One thing I should tell you, I am hand flying this entire flight. I have not yet figured out how to use the autopilot in this thing, if it even has a rudimentary autopilot. So we're just going to do it by hand, and honestly, I think I prefer doing that than flying with autopilot because it puts you in the aircraft. You know, you really have to pay attention to what you're doing instead of just flicking a button and then go make a sandwich or something like that. Which reminds me, I can't seem to comprehend why people insist on taking really long-haul flights. I don't understand the appeal. I'm sure that's probably what works for you, but for me, I can't see myself sitting here for 17 hours at a time. I got stuff to do. Oh, and by the way, I was able to see wheeling. It is off to the left. Right now it's behind the cockpit spar, or the canopy spar. You might get a peek at it. There it is! If you look, you'll miss it. Alright, let's go ahead and line up here. So we are going 277. We're actually a little bit off to the left here, so we'll see if we can adjust this. It'll be a minor adjustment here. I do notice that there is still some slight stuttering in FSX. I have no idea what's causing that, but overall the video itself should come out pretty good. From what I'm seeing at the top of my screen, I can see how many frames I'm getting, and I'm pretty solid around 60 frames per second, which is unheard of for me with FSX. Ever since I first got FSX many years ago, I've never been able to get a full 60 frames per second out of it. So this is good. I'm liking this. Alright, so our next stop is CTW. I forget what the city is or the name of that VOR. I'm sure that FlightSimGuy will probably chime in the comments and remind me, since this is his neck of the woods. But I'm just going to make sure that we're heading the right way here. We're just over 7,000. Like I said, I want to bring us up to maybe about 8,000. Oh, here we go. We just left the airspace.
Radar service terminated. Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved.
Alright, can do. Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved. BelGeode 167. Okay, let's see if we can get some flight following going on here. Pittsburgh approach, BelGeode 167 is type Corsair, 6 miles west of Whiskey Victor 46. Request flight following.
BelGeode 167, Pittsburgh approach, squawk 5004.
Squawk 5004, BelGeode 167.
BelGeode 167, radar contact 8 miles west of Whiskey Victor 46, 7,400, altimeter 2991.
Copy, BelGeode 167. Alright, we are good to go. So we are out of Pittsburgh airspace, and we are into Ohio. Now, if you look at my GPS on the right-hand side, you will see that it is tracking the AI aircraft. This is a good thing. This is also a free thing that you can download. I'll have the link for you below. Basically, it just replaces the default GPS 500 that FSX has with this new GPS that will allow you to see not only terrain shadows, but any traffic within, I want to say, like maybe a 100-mile radius, thereabouts. Really cool little feature to have, especially if you're in an aircraft like this that didn't originally come with a GPS. Alright, let's see how we're doing on speed. Manifold pressure's looking good. We're about 47 there. I could never read the airspeed indicator on this thing. It always looks so weird. It always seems like we're flying slower than we ought to be. But I know this thing is capable of some really good speeds, so I don't know. But we are heading in the right direction, and we are trimmed out, so we're just shy of 8,000. We're going to keep it like this. We should be good to go. We should be there in probably about 15, maybe 20 minutes, thereabouts. Alright, so 2017 is fast upon us, and I hate to say it, but I'm actually glad that 2016 is almost over. As if the year itself wasn't bad enough, we had a big scare with Carrie Fisher, otherwise known as Princess Leia, having a heart attack last night on an aircraft. And let me just tell you, every single Star Wars fan in the universe was probably praying heavily that she would pull through, and she did. So far as we know, she is in stable condition in UCLA in California and LA. At the time this video goes out, I sincerely hope that is also still the case. Which this video should go out, I want to say, the Monday after Christmas. Yeah, because I've got the day off then from work, so I'll probably just upload it then. Alright, everything's looking good, and this is really one sweet bird. So yeah, 2017, what's coming as far as FSX Steam Edition is concerned. I do plan on continuing the Tomcattery tour because Allie and I still need to make it to Oregon. And that will happen, I promise you. Oh, looks like we're being contacted. 125.5 for BelGeode 167. I just about ruined my outside shot. Akron Canton approach, BelGeode 167 with you.
BelGeode 167, Akron Canton approach, roger, altimeter 2991.
Okay, good deal. Good deal. So yeah, we'll get back on the Tomcattery bandwagon at some point in time soon. As soon as I sort out the issues that I have with this episode, that's really the only thing stopping me. Once we get through that, then the rest of episodes should be pretty much cake, especially now that FSX is performing the way that it should be. I also have plans on doing some more on the Vietnam era episode. I had some freeware and payware aircraft that I had gotten some time ago that I haven't had the chance to tell the stories of. So you're going to be seeing those videos probably before you see the Tomcattery. I can give you a hint. The next one that I'm going to be doing is, well, let's put it this way. Its nickname is the Hun. There we go. If you know what aircraft that is, that's what's coming next. So you'll probably see that in early 2017. Now that should technically be it for FSX SE. With the exception of I started to do those missions where I was only flying helicopters or, you know, VTOL aircraft. I might still do a couple more of those, but to be honest with you, there's really not that many missions out there for FSX that involve helicopters. There are a couple that I have with the tilt rotor, which I did install the tilt rotor. That was like the first thing that I reinstalled in here, aside from the Tomcat. So I'm probably going to be putting together a couple more videos of those in early 2017, but then that should be pretty much it for the whole missions series. It'll be a very short-lived series. I'm trying to see what that is over there. I can't tell if that's GA or commercial. Thought I saw another one over here too. Oh, wait, there it is. I see it. I'm guessing this seems to be GA. I have my GA settings a little bit higher than my commercial, but I think that had to do with the live stream last week, where I didn't want to have too many commercial planes since just about everybody and their brother was flying something commercial when we were on Join FS. Oh look, there's another aircraft there. I might think up a few more interesting ideas for FSX, but obviously I can't get into anything right now because I'm still putting on my thinking cap. But X-Plane, of course, you will be seeing a whole hell of a lot more. I told you before that I'm still finishing up the airport that I was working on, Beaver County. So once I get that done, you'll be seeing that first in X-Plane 10, and then I will port it over to X-Plane 11 and check it out there as part of the ongoing X-Plane 11 beta review. Now remember, X-Plane 11 is still in beta, so if there are technical issues, don't hold it against me. It's because it's a beta. Beta is beta. Alright, we are getting close to our destination here, so I'm probably going to want to start coming down. So I'm going to start trimming it down a little bit here. Looks like we've got about 6 nautical miles to CTW. I don't know how far we need to go to get to the other waypoint, which I believe is Ape, but we'll adjust accordingly when we get there. Now the other thing, DCS World, it seems like my biggest group of fans, subscribers, are DCS World fans. So obviously I need to get on a ball with some more DCS World, and I will be doing a lot of that. As I'm sure you've seen by now, I do have DCS World 2.0. Yesterday it was announced that the Vigan just went into pre-purchase mode or pre-order mode, and I just got the Vigan. So as soon as that becomes available, which I'm hearing is January 27th of 2017, you will be seeing a first look of the Vigan. Tomcat is still in the works. It's going to be coming out probably either later 2017 or maybe even 2018, depending on how quickly Leatherneck Sims can get it done after they're done with the Vigan. But obviously that's what I'm really waiting for with DCS is the Tomcat. Have to have it. It just has to be done. And yes, I will do a Valkyrie scheme, just like I have here in FSX. I haven't showed you yet, but the L-39 Albatross that I'm very fond of flying here in FSX, I actually do have a skin for that in DCS World, so you never know. Ali and I might have to fly it around the Black Sea some. That will be coming soon. Okay, so it looks like we've got about 50 nautical miles till we hit the VOR Ape, which is just outside of Columbus, within that neck of the woods there. So yeah, at some point in time we're probably going to want to descend. I would say when we get within range to where I can actually call for clearance and figure out which runway we're coming in on. And if you're wondering why I'm just like staring around the cockpit here, I really have not had the opportunity to just look and admire all of the beauty that Aircraft Factory put into this. Pretty much everything is usable in here. There's not too many stuff that you cannot click on, but everything that I'm looking at here, you can pretty much mouse over and manipulate somehow. But I will probably have to see if I can download the manual again, because it's on one of these hard drives somewhere, so that I can figure it out, because I would like to fly this more often. I am also looking very much forward to flying the one that I have in X-Plane, because I've done a couple of test flights with it and I really like it. The fact that they even modeled the torque, because as I'm sure you know, with an engine this huge, torque was an issue with this aircraft back in World War II. It's modeled in X-Plane, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to showing you guys that one. Alright, let me zoom in here. Actually, I'm zooming out. Oh, okay, you can see all the air traffic there, all that purple writing, that's all aircraft, that's all AI aircraft. I think I have it set to like 46% or something. Oh! 124.45 for BelGeode 167. That's a lot of numbers. Indianapolis Control, BelGeode 167 with you, 8,800.
167, Indianapolis Control, roger, altimeter 2991.
Okay, good deal. So we'll go ahead and trim it down just a touch here. Yeah, we've got about 41 miles. So yeah, when I reach to about 30 or so miles, we'll go ahead and call Columbus Tower and figure out which runway we're going to come in on. If I had to guess, I would probably say we're going to be flying in to the east. So we're probably going to need to pass up the airport and then make a UE over the city of Columbus. But we'll figure that out when we get a little bit closer. Now I should also mention there's another series that I've been kinda sorta doing, but not really that much. Just like once in a blue moon it pops up, and that is Star Citizen. As I'm sure you're aware, I did purchase one of the ships for Star Citizen, and it's my understanding that they are up to version 2.6 of their pre-alpha. I don't even know how to call it because they're not running like any other alpha that I've ever had experience with, and I do have pretty extensive experience being on alpha and beta testing teams back in the day with various companies. But needless to say, I haven't done Star Citizen for a long time, and now that everything is upgraded, I'm sure this computer will actually be able to run it without any issues. So I'm kind of curious to see what they've added into it. I have been paying attention to social media, and I have seen what they've done at the various conventions and whatnot. So we will be seeing some Star Citizen at some point in time, and I'll try to figure out how to fit that in my schedule. But for now, here we are, flying off into the sunset over Ohio. I'm trying to figure out if that's a power station or what the hell that is. I don't know. You look at it, you decide. I'll be right back.
Delta 1946, contact mainland control on 134.9. 134.9, Delta 1946, today. Southwest 209.9, contact Indianapolis control on 128.075. Thank you, 128.075, Southwest 209.9, goodbye.
Okay, so we are just about getting in range, so I'm going to pop open the radio menu and we'll see if we can locate CMH on the menu here. While I'm doing that, I want to talk a little bit about Orbix. Nothing bad, mind you. I've just been paying very close attention to what they have been posting on social media. They had announced a couple of weeks ago, I think, that they're going to have 4 projects that they're working on for 2017. And of course, being cryptic, John decided to name them Project A, Project D, Project P, and Project X. Pretty much a lot of these are no-brainers. Project X, I'm sure you can figure out. Orbix is getting involved with X-Plane 11. That has since been confirmed. They've posted on Facebook a picture of their sceneries in X-Plane 11, and of course it looks wonderful, no surprise. Project P, I'm only assuming, is going to be Prepared, or Prepare 3D, however you want to call it, but Prepared is of course one of those long-standing relationships that they've had. Again, no-brainer, easy enough to figure out. Obviously they're going to go with that. Project D, I'm assuming is going to be Dovetail Games Flight Simulator, which is still coming. I know you really haven't heard too much out of Dovetail, and that does annoy me a little bit, but I've kind of been trying to keep in touch with them as much as I can through social media. And the last I heard, they're going to start letting the cat out of the bag, I believe is what they said, in early 2017. So we will know more about the new flight simulator that will be the successor to this flight simulator that I'm flying in right now. They still have Dovetail Games Flight School. Honestly, I think the novelty is worn off on Flight School, and when I spoke to them, they have no plans on updating it, so I'm thinking it was pretty much a throwaway title, which does make me feel a little bit annoyed with them, shall we say. But be that as it may, I still have high hopes that they're going to be able to 64-bit the hell out of the ESP platform and give us something that will make FSX proud. Time will tell. But getting back to Orbix, yeah, I'm pretty sure Project D is whatever work that they're doing there, which we've already seen some of their handiwork in Flight School. So hopefully they will continue that tradition with Flight Sim and at least make it something worth getting. We'll find out later. Now the last one, Project A. This one had me racking my brain, but I called it. I called it ahead of time, and as of this week that I'm recording this, it's been verified pretty much. Aerofly 2, which is a simulator that has been making a little bit of buzz, but I'm thinking it might be time to start exploring that one if Orbix is going to be getting involved with that. So do not be too surprised if you start seeing videos from me about Aerofly 2. Alright, let's see if we can find this airport. It's got to be in here somewhere. Well, let's see. We're at a range of 35 out, so it should be about 32 miles out. Yeah, let's zoom out a little bit further. Airport's further from you. Crooksville. I know that's close. Okay, we'll just keep it on the last page here because I'm sure it will show up on the last page at some point in time soon. Ah, there it is. There it is right now. Port Columbus International, KCMH. Alright, so first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to get the weather, even though, like I said, I pretty much have an idea which way the wind is going to be blowing. But we'll listen to the ATIS right now and confirm that.
Columbus Airport Information Alpha 2158 Zulu, wind 118 at 7, visibility greater than 20 miles, sky condition clear, temperature 1, dew point -1, altimeter 2991, ILS runway 10 right and ILS runway 10 left in use, landing and departing runway 10 right and runway 10 left. CFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have Alpha.
Okay, so we have Alpha. Request full stop. Columbus Tower, BelGeode 167 is 27 miles northeast with Alpha to land.
BelGeode 167, Columbus Tower. Left traffic, runway 10 left, altimeter 2991.
Called that one. Make left traffic, runway 10 left, BelGeode 167. Now you're probably wondering, how could I have already figured out that 10 left was what they were going to assign to us? Well, it's easy. It usually goes by which side of the airport you're coming in from. And since I know we're coming in from the northern side of the airport, when you're heading east, 10 left is going to be more to the north than 10 right. So if we were coming up from like Georgia, they probably would have assigned us 10 right instead of 10 left. So there you go. It's a little tip for you there, if you didn't already know that. I know most of you are already watching this. Well, you are experts when it comes to flight simming, so just give the folks that don't know that a chance to absorb that. That way it'll make me feel like I'm actually teaching stuff. This is good. I like that feeling. Alright, so now that we've been told where we're coming in, and I've trimmed everything down, so we're going down at a pretty brisk clip here, about 1,000 feet per minute. We are still kinda high up, but I'm thinking once we hit APE, I'll go ahead and activate the approach, which should give me the area that I need to be aiming for with this aircraft, and we'll go ahead and bring it in. So far, not too shabby a flight. As you can see, everything has been smooth as silk. Weather's looking absolutely gorgeous, and now that everything is the way that I would like to have it, I will be using Active Sky next a hell of a lot more. Alright, let's go ahead and activate approach. There we go. Alright, I might need to zoom out a bit so I can see where in the hell I'm going. More might do the trick here. No, might be able to do that. Okay, so we do know that we need to go to the west of the airport before we turn around, so we'll be within their airspace momentarily here. Take a quick look around. Yep, this is Ohio. It looks really flat. Yeah, there's no traffic above us, so we are good. Alright, so it should be pretty much a textbook type landing, with the exception that I am not actually doing an ILS approach. I am just going to hand fly this sucker in. Now there is an airport directly up ahead. I want to say that is the airport that we're looking for. Just judging from where it is on the GPS and where I can see in my virtual cockpit, I'm thinking that is the airport that we are shooting for. There should be another airport directly ahead too. I want to say that's Ohio State U. Could be wrong. One of these around here is Bolton Field, but don't ask me which one that is. FlightSimGuy will have to chime in the comments and let me know. I don't know much about this area. I've only been through it a couple of times, and that was by road. And I was on my way to Dayton, Ohio. I wasn't stopping in Columbus, so yeah, I don't really know too much. Which is weird, considering the fact that I've got like 4 or 5 friends that live out there. Yeah, go figure. Alright, let's see. What's our altitude right now? Oh, we're going up. That's no bueno. I do not want to go up, so come on, baby. Trim down. Trim down. You can do it. I have faith in you. Oh, look. There's some aircraft over there, too. Nice. Probably GA. I'll have to turn my commercial traffic back up so that way the air is more populated. There are some airlines in there, like we saw when we took off. There was that American, but there's supposed to be a hell of a lot more. I like my aircraft to just basically crowd the airspace and the airports. That's one of my big things. And that's one of my big disappointments with X-Plane, is the fact that AI traffic is so horrendous there. I mean, you can have like maybe 4 planes flying around, but it's not really realistic, is it? This is more like what it should be. So I'm hoping that legacy continues, and I'm hoping that the folks at Laminar Research do something to make AI and ATC in general a little bit better. As far as I'm concerned, ATC, the gold standard, is still this flight sim right here. Even though a lot of people complain about the voice and so on and so forth, I think there is enough of a variety and enough of a standardization of what you hear to make it worthwhile. The only thing that's better than that is going on like VATSIM or Pilot Edge or something like that, which you probably won't see me do, considering the fact that I like to talk to you guys when I'm doing this stuff. I do not like to talk to real-life ATC who's going to get upset with me when I tell him, dude, can you like give me a couple of minutes here while I finish talking to my audience? It's just not going to fly, pun intended. Alright, just about at that magical time of day, twilight. And there is the airport that I was talking about up ahead, KOSU. There is our destination airport right over there. Oh, and look at that! The entire town of Columbus is starting to light up. Nice. I call it a town, it's really a city, but either way, that is so cool. Look at all these lights lighting up. Huh. I'm pretty sure it doesn't happen like that in real life, but you know what, I'm just going to go with that because it still looks awesome. Especially on a Christmas day like today. Oh, by the way, Merry Christmas to you all. And I hope you all have a Happy New Year. Alright, we still need to go a little bit further down. I'm thinking we're going to make the turn right before we overfly OSU, so that way we're not interfering with that traffic. And then we'll go base leg, and we'll take it from there. By that time we should get our clearance to land. We should be good. So yeah, just to recap, 2017 is going to be a fun year. Oh, and by the way, I am going back to FlightSimCon. Oh, sweet. Got clearance already. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and make our turn to base. Okay, good deal. Clear to land, runway 10 left, BelGeode 167. Alright, so there's OSU. So yes, I will be going to FlightSimCon. I want to say that FlightSimGuy is going to be coming with again, since we had a blast last year. If that is the case, you will be seeing both of us again, and I have confirmed with Mr. Novawing that he does in fact plan on being there, so that'll also be a good thing. And I'm sure Frugal will be there as well, so we'll have the band back together for you. Should be fun. Hope to run into Mr. Catstrader and Jeff Fabiano and all them good guys. I know I had a blast, and I'm pretty sure that this year it's going to be even better. This year being 2017. Alright, but we're on base leg here. And you can see OSU to the right. I really need to spend more time in the Ohio area and get to know some of these airports around here. I've been concentrating on Pennsylvania because obviously it's where I live. But yeah, I think what I'll do is in X-Plane, I'll probably do a tour of the Ohio airports. I'll pick the best possible plane for that. But as you can see up ahead, we have the city of Columbus, downtown Columbus. And we're going to go ahead and drop the gear. While we're at it, I'm going to drop 2 or 3 notches of flaps here. There's 1. There's 2. Go down to 3 notches. I've got 2 more notches of flaps before we land, but I think this configuration should be pretty good for us to slow down and start making our final approach here. Alright, looking good. Okay, where am I? I think it's about time to turn to final here. Yep, we are looking good. Alright, let's do the thing. Nice, easy, gentle turn. We'll pass by this radio antenna to my left here. There's no need to go hog wild with this aircraft. You gotta treat her gently. I know she's a fighter jet, but, you know, she does like to be respected, so we're gonna respect her. I do notice these radio antennas are awfully high, though. Not a huge fan of that, let me just tell you. Alright, so here we go. We are good to go. Should take us about 2 minutes to come down. Runway 10 left. And I'm going to see if I can do this. Remember, I'm doing this manually. There is no autopilot right now. This is strictly under BelGeode control. Alright, we're still a little to the left here. Looking good, looking good. I am liking it. Alright, so we're going to do our traditional outside landing cam. It would not be a BelGeode episode unless I'm doing this. You know it had to be done. And I do find it interesting that this aircraft has what appears to be a landing light near the tail wheel. I did not know that about this. I really didn't. This is one of the few aircraft that uses shockwave lights as well. I had bought shockwave lighting for ages ago. I had it for FS 2004, and then I got it for FSX, and then I got it for FSX Steam. Some of the lights still give me a little bit of trouble. Like, I don't know if you've seen the gray box around the amber light. That's not supposed to be there. Alright, but we are lined up. We are on final. We're a little bit heavy because we're still carrying these drop tanks, but I have no intention of dropping them on this neighborhood, so we're going to take them all the way in. And then we will call this sucker done. So, I sincerely hope that you all have had a great 2016, and I'm looking forward to all the fun and shenanigans for 2017. It's been an interesting year, to say the least, and that is all I will say about it, because I'm going to concentrate on my landing right now. I will give you advance warning, however, I have been known to bounce this aircraft quite a few times. As I said at the beginning of this video, me and tail draggers, we kind of have a love-hate relationship here. I like flying them, and I like the way that they feel. I do not like landing them, and me doing a perfect 3-point landing, yeah, it's non-existent. So, I will, however, invite you to do one of the following. Either place your bets right now as to how many bounces I will make when I land, or you can treat it as a drinking game if you're a responsible adult and drink something every single time I bounce. This could be bad. I am just going to put that disclaimer out there. I will not hold myself responsible if you end up with alcohol poisoning. And kids, definitely don't try this at home. Alright, here we go. Let's do this thing. And she's going to float. Yep, she's going to float. Oh, there's one. There's two. Come on, baby. There we go. 3 bounces. Alright, I guess you're not getting that drunk tonight. Okay, we are good to go. So we can go ahead and put the flaps up. I think my turnoff is going to be that one up ahead. And we'll get rid of this here. Alright, so welcome to Columbus, Ohio, folks, home of FlightSimGuy and several other friends of mine. Yeah, it is an awesome little place that I've never had the privilege of spending any more than a couple of hours driving through it. Hopefully I can change that at some point. Oh look, there's a Delta over there. Huh, I'll be seeing them later on in 2017 because that's my airline of choice to get me to and from FlightSimCon. So yeah, if you're planning on showing up for FlightSimCon, registration is currently open as of today, December 25th. It is $50 for the weekend. Figure I'd give them some free advertising. 121.9er for BelGeode 167. We will not be talking to ground because I'm just going to park like right over here somewhere and we're going to call this sucker done. So yeah, FlightSimCon, if you're planning on going, you will see me. Registration $50. It is open now. $40 if you are a student. And if you do decide to show up and you are of legal drinking age, why don't you find me? I will be in the bar chit-chatting with my girlfriends, provided of course they still work at that bar when I get back there. And I will buy you the first drink. How about that? There you go. You now have audio proof. So hold on to this video next June. Alright folks, but we are here and I have talked your ears off enough. That is it for me with FSX for 2016. You will see me in 2017 with all the good stuff that I have planned. And it is going to be great. So, as always, if you've enjoyed this video or any of the videos that I do, feel free to like. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. I will catch you all when the new year turns, and we are going to have a great 2017 and say goodbye to some of the chaos that was 2016. I sincerely hope everyone's having a Merry Christmas, and I do hope that you have a very prosperous and happy New Year. This is BelGeode signing off for 2016, and I will catch you on the next one. It's been real, folks, and I will talk to you soon. Ciao!